I wanted to begin with a question. Why does God allow suffering? This is a question that I've been asking myself quite a bit over the last few years of my life. Similar to Maya, just a year and a half ago, my sister very suddenly passed away. This has led me to question God. Why did the Lord let this happen? Was it for some good he's going to bring? Why me? Why now? It even brought me to a place of begging God, Lord, why don't you just work a miracle? Like, think about how many people I could tell. Think about how much glory that would bring to you. Think about how many people would come to know you through that. Why not show your power if you can, Lord? I've questioned God. I've doubted God. I have wrestled with God. So why do I still believe? For me, the answer to this question is quite simple. It is believing in one simple truth, that God is good. Despite all my questions and despite all the lack of answers, which, by the way, the Bible does not answer, in case you're wondering, does not answer why God allows suffering. But if God is good, then I don't need to know the answer to any of them. So, why is God good? I'll give 3 truths that have comforted me throughout my time of grief. Point 1, God is love. In 1 John 4, 7-8, it says, Dear friends, let us continue to love one another, for love comes from God. Anyone who loves is a child of God and knows God. But if anyone does not love, anyone who does not love does not know God, for God is love. So, if God is love, then what is love? For this, I like to look at one of my favorite chapters of the Bible, 1 Corinthians 13. In verses 4-7, it says, Love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrong. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. I love this passage because when I read this passage, I'm reading who my God is. This is who God is. He is patient. He is kind. He is not easily angered. All these things. I think one of the most comforting qualities within that, in my time of sorrow, is that love is not self-seeking. I love the way the NLT puts this. It says, love does not demand its own way. Our God does not force us to choose to go the right way. He allows us to disobey him and face the consequences of that. A parable that this reminds me of is the parable of the prodigal son, which Evan will go into more detail with, but I wanted to bring it up because I love this story. But it's this son who asks his father for his inheritance early, and the father gives it to him. I was just thinking about it. It's like, if I went to my father and I was like, hey, can I have my inheritance early? Like, there's no way he'd give that to me. He'd be like, what are you doing? Like, what are you talking about? You're dumb. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. You know, like, he'd talk me out of it. But no, the father lets his son take it. He lets him squander it and face the consequences of it. And then when the son realizes the mistake he's made and he returns to his father doesn't greet him with condemnation. He's not like, oh, see, told you so. Like, I knew better. No, he greets him with love and forgiveness and grace. That is who our Father is. Our God is so loving that he lets us go our own way and face the consequences of that. But then he's ready with open arms when we turn back to him. So my second point is that God is with us. Psalm 23, 1-4, the Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. He guides me along the right paths for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Now, an interesting point about this passage is it starts in the third person. It's the Lord is, and he makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me. But then in that darkest valley, it switches to the second person of you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. And this really shows how the Lord draws near in our broken heart and in our suffering and in our lowest points. In Matthew 5:4, Jesus says, Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. The Lord draws near to the brokenhearted. And for me, this has been a huge comfort, because when I go to the Lord and I'm praying, I'm like, man, I'm frustrated. I don't get it. Like, I'm upset with you. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, why, Lord? His answer to me is, I'm with you. I'm suffering with you. I mourn with you. Like, he is right there with me. And it's not even like he's just next to me. It's like he is in it with me. Like he is feeling that pain as well. Dietrich Bonhoeffer says, only a suffering God can help. He's right there suffering with us, and he suffered on the cross for us. So third, God does not want there to be suffering in this world, but instead he desires to redeem suffering. Revelation 21:4 says, he will wipe away every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain, for the old order of things has passed away. This is the way the Lord wants the world to look. This was his intention in creating the world. He didn't create Adam and Eve in hopes that they would sin against him so that he can be further glorified by saving us. No. He created us despite the knowledge that it would cost him his life in saving us. And that is a good God. That is a God who is loving. In exploring this topic of why with Troy pointed me to a wonderful book, The Question That Never Goes Away Why, and I highly recommend you read it. But I wanted to pull one quote that talks about the redemption of suffering. And this is the author speaking. He says, I resist those who assume that God sends the suffering to accomplish good. No, in the Gospels, I have yet to find Jesus saying to the afflicted, the reason you suffer from hemorrhage or paralysis or leprosy is that God is working to build your character. Jesus did not lecture such people, he healed them. Nonetheless, nearly every New Testament passage on suffering explores how even a bad thing can be redeemed for good. This is God's heart. It is to save the lost. It is to redeem the brokenness. This is the gospel, a God who loves us and seeks to restore a relationship that we have broken with him through our sin. So, I stand here and I implore and beg all of you, cling to that truth that God is good. In the good times and the bad, when you understand it, when you don't, whether you believe it or whether you don't, or you're doubting, God is good. It's a foundational truth of the universe that you can hang on to, even when it's hard, even when you don't understand. There are many points where I've been in a place where it's like, man, I have nothing else to hang on to, but Lord, I'm just going to trust that you are good. And it really has gotten me through one of the hardest points in my life. So, why does God allow suffering? I don't know. But I know this, God is good. Thank you.